DarkwingDubb.
What's up, everybody? I didn't plan on doing this, but apparently your boy done irritated some folks over this Austin Rivers and Draymond Green drama that's going on right now. Mainly on the TikToks, but quite frankly, I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. Some of y'all give Draymond Green way too much credit. Way too much credit for those championships. Think about it like this. If he wasn't so selfish, they might have 5, but they blew it against Cleveland because he was selfish. See, he's a selfish player, which is why now he's blaming Steve Kerr for hindering his career. Let's keep it a buck here. Steve Kerr put him in positions to win 4 championships, but he won't give Steve Kerr credit for that. See, he's mad because Steve Kerr wasn't calling any offensive plays for him. But let's not forget that Draymond Green was never known as an offensive player. I trust my 6-year-old son with the basketball before I trust Draymond Green. He is not an offensive player. Is he good at defense? Yeah, he's a hell of a defensive player, one of the greatest of all time. But as far as needing offensive plays ran for him, especially when you got guys like Steph, Clay, KD at one point, even Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, hell, Leandro Barbosa, hell, Jordan Poole, hell, Andrew Wiggins. I mean, at what point is he supposed to be this offensive juggernaut? But what Steve Kerr did was put him in a position to succeed. So I want to address some of these comments, just a few of them. So let's start with this one. From Spoon87 on TikToks. Who else on that team was the enforcer? Number one, Draymond Green was no enforcer. Wasn't nobody scared of Draymond Green. You want proof? Jordan Poole got underneath his skin and he punched Jordan Poole in the face. You think if Jordan Poole was afraid of Draymond Green, he would have done anything to get punched in the face? No. But what Draymond Green is known for is kicking Steven Adams in the nuts. Kicking Steven Adams where the sun don't shine. He's actually been known to kick a few guys there. What else is he known for? Oh, he stomped on Domantas Sabonis's head. Yeah, he did that too. The reason why he got kicked out of that final series against Cleveland is, if I recall correctly, he tried to trip LeBron. And the thing that he's known for the most is yelling at the referees. Yeah. He tries to enforce his stuff on the referees, though. Not on players, because he don't have the cojones to force it on players, on the referees. Yeah. That's the Draymond Green that this dude said is an enforcer. What did he enforce? I'm waiting. What did Draymond Green do to have that title, the enforcer? Somebody, anybody, tell me what he did to get that title. Next. Which one of those guys held the other team's best player, big man? Andrew Bogut wasn't worth the plug nickel. I don't know what that means. But the fact that you crapping on Andrew Bogut, that's crazy work. Because Andrew Bogut was pivotal in that first championship. He was. You're not going to want to give him credit because Big Sarge here, from the Tiki Talks, Big Sarge here is too busy wanting to take up for Draymond Green. But you want to know who was guarding the other team's best player? Andre Iguodala, Kevin Durant, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson. You wanted to know. There's your answer. He wasn't always guarding the other team's best player. He wasn't guarding LeBron. He wasn't guarding KD when he was in OKC. Andre Iguodala was. Klay Thompson was. He wasn't guarding James Harden in Houston. Andre Iguodala was. Klay Thompson was. He wasn't guarding LeBron James. Andre Iguodala was. He did get his hands on LeBron a few times, but for the most part, it was Andre Iguodala because Klay Thompson was guarding Kyrie. And when Kyrie was being guarded by Steph, Klay was guarding LeBron, not Draymond. He wasn't guarding Jason Tatum nor Jaylen Brown. That would have been Klay Thompson and Andre Iguodala again. This is before. No, I take that back. No, it was Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson. Not one of those was he considered the focal defender on team's best player. I'm sorry, he just was not. Next, this is a long one, so y'all please forgive me. Steve Kerr isn't playing on the basketball court. I've already addressed Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was the one who put Draymond in the positions to succeed. Draymond Green made himself who he is. No, he did not. Steve Kerr put him in the positions to succeed. Steve Kerr put him in the position to succeed. I don't know why y'all are too busy wanting to defend Draymond Green instead of opening your eyes and opening your brains and minds and saying, wait a minute. Without Steve Kerr, does he get put in those positions to succeed? You guys need to stop understanding you got a new basketball. I don't know what that means, but I mean, if we're talking about new basketball, then it's Steph Curry, right? It was Steph Curry making those shots. Klay Thompson making those shots. Andre Iguodala making those shots. KD making those shots. Sean Livingston. Andrew Wiggins. Jordan Poole. I mean, I can keep going. I'm just saying. So if we're talking about new basketball, then it's definitely not Draymond Green. Unless we're talking about kicking guys in the nuts. That's the Draymond Green I know. Yes, he is a really good position. He's in a really good position playing with one of the best shooters where the shooters basketball, two of them have actually, I don't know. This is not even English. I apologize. But I get what he's trying to say. he was put in a good position to play around some very good shooters and players. He was. He was. And to piggyback off that, I believe it was Austin Rivers got on a podcast and said, Draymond Green is a great role player. He was great at playing a role. He did his role great. His role was to support Clay, Steph, KD, and Andre Iguodala and Andrew Wiggins. That was his role, and the rebound and play defense. His main role was rebounding and play defense. He was never a focal point on any team of that Warriors dynasty. He was never the focal point. The focal points started out with Steph and Clay, and then that KD came along. KD became a focal point because not even Andre Iguodala was a focal point. He was a defender and a spot shooter. That was Andre Iguodala. And then after KD left, it became Jordan Poole. After Jordan Poole left, it became Andrew Wiggins. It was never Draymond Green. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, without Draymond Green, Warriors does not win those championships. Yes, they do. Why wouldn't they? All Draymond Green did was play defense. So you're telling me they couldn't have found another power forward, a small power forward to play defense? Because the first one, they had a 7-foot Andrew Bogut. So you could have kept David Lee. David Lee was there before Draymond Green. You could have kept David Lee, and they win at least 2 or 3 of them. So I don't know what this dude is talking about. What needs to be understood is that Steve Kerr put Draymond Green in the position to succeed at what he does. Supporting Steph, Clay, KD, Andre, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins. That's all he was there for. Defense and rebound, and occasionally pushing the ball up the court with a wide open lane. Next. Dre, like him or not, has one of the highest B-ball IQs ever. I don't know who lied to you, bro. So you telling me when he brings the ball up the court, running pick and roll or dribble handoffs, that's high IQ. You're telling me kicking a guy with a sun don't shine is high IQ. You're telling me bitching and complaining to the refs is high IQ. Stomping on Domantas Sabonis' head is high IQ. Nothing that he did was high IQ. I'll give him defense. I take that back. I'll give him defense. But that's it. He had a high IQ to play defense. Nothing else in his game said, I have a high IQ. You tried with that one. You tried. It's just not true. Draymond Green has never been known to have a high IQ at anything other than defense. He is garbage. Draymond Green is one of those guys that says it has 4 championships and wants to rub it in your face like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, when in reality, he was just a great role player that played his role for the star players. So, without him, that Warriors get 1 ring. Debunked. Iggy should get a ton of credit also. I've given Andre Iguodala tons of credit. I'm not taking anything away from Iggy. Iggy played more of a role in winning those championships than Draymond did. So if there's one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to take credit away from Andre Iguodala. It's a team thing. No shit. That's why I said Draymond Green was great at playing his role. Playing his role the way he did made him a Hall of Famer. Some people don't think that he's a Hall of Famer. Hey, it is what it is. But he did what he did so good that he's a Hall of Famer. But without one of the best floor generals in history, Warriors are not good. Are good, not great. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know in what alternate reality that you live in, Mr. Bill Monroe, but Draymond Green is not. And I repeat, Draymond Green is not a floor general. LeBron James is a floor general. Kyrie Irving is a floor general. Chris Paul, floor general. James Harden, floor general. Draymond Green, no floor general at all. Part of the reason why KD left is because Draymond Green thought he was a floor general. If y'all remember, he got the rebound. KD was looking for the ball. Clay was looking for the ball, and Steph was looking for the ball. Draymond thought he was going to dribble the ball up the court, and he turned it over. Womp, womp, womp. Like, I'm trying my best to understand why you people want to defend Draymond Green like he's I don't know. But you, sir, are off your rocker if you believe that Draymond Green is a floor general. And a great one at that, bro. Like, fuck out of here, bro. So that leads me into what happened just the other day. Tensions flare between Draymond Green and Charles Barkley over Green's NBA future. We all know that Draymond Green is a sensitive individual. But just in case we don't know what happened, this is a clip of kind of what happened.
Nobody wins when they're 37, 38.
But you said what you said. I want to hear if he believes what you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal is just to not look like you in the Houston Rockets uniform.
Yeah.
Is ultimately the goal for us. Like, we don't want to.
What does that look like?
Did you see it?
I'm just asking.
I saw it.
I don't know if bro thought he was being funny, but there was a lot of people that took offense to what he said. Because what we're not going to do is act like Charles Barkley ain't one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Draymond Green can hope and pray that he makes it close to what Charles Barkley was. Here's kind of what was said. I cut out part of it because I didn't want it to be too long. So Barkley says sports are for young people. You hope to have a great long career, but nobody wins when they're 37, 38. For the most part, that's true. I mean, Jordan won his last championship. I believe he was 38 years old when he won his last championship. So, but he's the GOAT. Jordan is the GOAT. So, I mean, LeBron still wins at 41. So, I mean, you're a special individual if you're winning past the age of 37, 38. Also, Draymond responds with, I think the goal is to just not look like you in a Houston Rockets uniform. And that's wild. And you could tell by the look on his face that he thought that people were going to laugh, and nobody laughed. Like, you had to sit in that on live TV while nobody was laughing. Like, Shaq can say stuff like that, but Shaq has ultimate respect for Charles Barkley. And Charles Barkley has ultimate respect for Shaq. Shaq can say that stuff, though. He can't. Shaq is one of the greatest of all time. Draymond is not. Draymond can, you know what? I have a stat here. Let's look at it. Charles Barkley, 4 seasons in Houston to Draymond's last 4 seasons with Golden State. Charles averaged 16.5 points, 12.2 rebounds, and almost 4 assists per game. Draymond, 8 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game. Maybe you should want to look like Chuck did in Houston because his numbers are better than yours. Maybe you should want to look like that. You look like a fool saying stuff like that. You know what? There's another guy that I typically do not agree with. As a matter of fact, I think he's a clown. But for this, I actually agree with him on. And it's crazy because I never agree with Nick Wright. I never agree with Nick Wright. But on this, I actually agree with him. Let's take a listen.
Chuck is an all-time legend who is 10-time first or second team All-NBA, who his Rockets tenure, which is the worst part of his career, can go blow for blow with Draymond's career. And you guys know, I've said for years, Draymond is the second most important member of the Warriors dynasty, in my opinion. Draymond's an all-time great defensive player, but Draymond should get his facts straight on who he's talking to and what he's talking about. Because for whatever it's worth, here's Barkley as a Rocket, again, the worst part of his career, and Draymond. The last time Draymond averaged 16 points a game, he was a Spartan.
Right.
Now, he was senior year of college. That's the nadir of Barkley. And you'd be like, what are playoffs? Okay. Barkley's best playoff run with the Rockets against Draymond's best playoff run of his career. Barkley, they went to the loss in the conference finals versus losing in the finals. And then there is, of course, the final playoff series of Barkley's career against the best playoff series of Draymond's career. That's Barkley in 1999, losing to Shaq and Kobe and the Lakers as an out-of-shape Houston Rocket against Draymond's absolute personal offensive peak. So I know they're different players. I know they have different styles, but I don't love the idea that this is where, Brew, I would say, and then I'll shut up, this is some of the toxicity of ring culture, where Draymond has convinced himself, I got 4 rings, you got none. So ultimately, you can't talk to me. And it's like, man, you're Draymond's a Hall of Famer, an all-time great player. Barkley was a different caliber of player than Draymond Green could have ever dreamed of being, and I just didn't like it at all.
I mean, no lies told. No lies told. I mean, what else can you say? If you're talking about Barkley's Houston run compared to Draymond's run as a whole, Nick Wright laid it all out there. Barkley's 4 seasons in Houston were better than any part of Draymond's career. Point blank in the period. There is nothing that Draymond can do better than Chuck, but maybe defense. But outside of defense or playing his role, there's nothing that, I mean, Draymond hasn't even been in discussion for league MVP. Charles has won in league MVP. Like, put some respect on. Like, I think there's one thing that, not just Draymond, but there's a bunch of people out there as a whole that think it's cool to shit on Charles Barkley like he was garbage. Like, Charles was the truth. And when he hit his prime, he hit his prime. There wasn't too many people that were competing with Charles Barkley on the court. He literally, you saw the documentary. He literally thought he was the greatest basketball player on earth in his prime until he ran up against Michael Jordan. It was at that point he conceded to Michael Jordan, but he literally, and truth be told, I mean, outside of MJ, there's not too many people you put up against him. Maybe David Robinson, maybe Hakeem, but there wasn't too many people that was fucking with Charles in his heyday. And even right now, Draymond cannot hold Charles's jock strap on his worst day. Put some respect on Chuck. And this is how Charles responded on the Dan Patrick show.
It's over for Golden State. They had a great run, and he took a personal shot at me, but I'm not sensitive. But yeah, it's been over in Golden State. If Golden State was relevant, he wouldn't be in the studio with me.
No lie told there. No lie told there. If Golden State was still relevant, he'd be sitting in the studio. Why is he sitting in the studio? Draymond is one of those dudes that blame everybody when he sucks, but wants to take all the credit when he wins. Truth be told, if it wasn't for Steph, Clay, KD, Andre, Andrew, so on and so forth, you wouldn't be where you are. I said it once and I'll say it again. You put Draymond on any of these teams right now that are in the playoffs right now, he would not start on any of them. He's 6th or 7th man off the bench. So it's time that somebody made Draymond eat some crow. And quite honestly, I think if Shaq was there, Shaq would have put a stop to that. Because if there's one person that's going to talk to Chuck like that, it's going to be Shaq. But Shaq, like I said earlier, has ultimate respect for Chuck. Shaq wouldn't have let that shit fly. But I think it's cool that Chuck just he didn't even respond to it. He made him sit in it. Nobody laughed at your little joke. He made Draymond sit in that. How embarrassing. Anyways, y'all subscribe, hit the notification bell for every time DarkwingDubb goes live. Until next time, hey, I may or may not make another one on this drama between Charles and Draymond and Austin Rivers. Either way, Draymond got torched by Austin Rivers, and he had to eat crow with Charles Barkley. Anyways, y'all take it easy. Your boy is out.